Good morning, everyone. You are looking at a carved snowbank. No, I'm just kidding. This is our grassy plains section right here. It's going to go up against a wall, and that rock is just there for I don't know. And then right here it transitions into the Desert Despair, and we've got some props in there. I went ahead and carved out some foam so this could set right here. I'm not sure about that rock, I just put it there, but it actually is up on its side already. I just thought, hey, that's kind of a cute idea. I don't know if I'll keep it there or not, but I've got these barrel cactus. They're so cool. They look pretty realistic, I'd say. You know, when you order stuff online, you're like, I don't know how it's gonna look, but that turned out pretty good. I'm happy with that. We got our headboard that's gonna sink into there. We're gonna cut that at an angle and sink that post into the ground. And we've got our trunk that somebody said, you know what, this is too heavy, I'm dropping it off. And what I did is I carved out the bottom, and this is actually cut. If you cut it, I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, the camera got away from me. Right there, it's actually cut. We cut the bottom off, and haha, here it is. You can see it right here. So there's the bottom that we cut off. But this is going to be all desert. We're hard coating it right now, and then we'll paint it, put some dirt on it. Then I bought a ton of fake grass, like prairie long grass, to go in here. We'll drill a ton of holes and put that in there. And Chris is over here getting the hard coating stuff together. He's got his section right there. And then we've mudded these rocks last night. And then I'm aging a mine cart right now with my fancy dancy steel wool and vinegar method.
To do the hard coating on these foam mounds for this project, we chose to go with Epoxy. They have a slow and medium and fast. We went ahead and went with the slow. It does take a whole day to cure, but it's nice because you can do a couple coats. We have used this in the past where we've used a fiberglass mesh to even make it stronger. We chose not to do that on this one just because of time, and also, you know, I'd have to then prep out the fiberglass mat and stuff, but it works pretty good. You have your hardener, which is what the difference is as far as the speed, and then you've got your resin and stuff. For those of you who haven't used it, it's pretty easy to work with, and the fumes aren't real bad on it, so it is kind of pricey though. Gina and I have started the trees. There's going to be a forest scene. I welded up a couple stands for the full trees that we're going to have. Now, to cover up these ugly bases, once you bolt them to the floor, what we did, we carved some foam dirt mounds that'll slide over the stem and set down over the bases. Now, these are hard coated, and then what we did is we hard coated it with a epoxy and then put dirt on it and stuck that in. This is just a clear coating that we put on there afterwards, after everything was cured, just to help seal the dirt on there. I think Gina's also going to paint these things, give them a different type of look, because for some scenes we want it to look like deserty, and other scenes we want it to look like green, more of a brown, you know, forest type of look. The other reason why we also made these mounds is because now we can drill some holes in around the tree and place these ferns. So I'll drill this hole big enough, and then we'll stick some of these ferns around it and dress it up really nice. We also have some cactus here that we're going to do the same thing, drill some holes and just litter them around. Gina took our hard-coated little dirt mounds and she put a coat of brown paint over the sand that we stuck in the epoxy. And then what she did is she drilled some holes and stuck some fake ferns in there. And again, we have a little log in there right now, but the trees will fit right in those holes. So what we'll do is either slide it on before we put the branches on up above, or I can also take the base off and put it on from the bottom. But that will go around the base of each one of these trees just to add a little more dimension to it. She drilled through the hard coat right there. You can see the little foam. And what you can do is you just squirt a little great stuff in there and then stick this in,
and that'll glue it into place once we're on location and stuff. We're not doing it now because it's just easier to pack up and stuff. You can throw all the ferns in a box and then stack up the platforms, but that is how we're doing that.
Another thing that we're going to be putting into the mounds that have the fireplace and all the barrel cactus is this grass. We got all the ferns and the grass from Hobby Lobby, and then we got the barrel cactus from a website called Artificial Plants and Trees. These little fuzzy tops here actually are removable, so Harrison's been pulling them off. We're finding them all over our yard.
Alright, I'm getting ready to pack up this little campfire snow scene here. We have a piece of hard-coated foam down there, and we painted it white. Then we have these little foam rocks right here that we glued down with some construction adhesive. I did the same thing with this real firewood. I also shot it with a nail gun to kind of lock it into place, but I also used construction adhesive. We have some fake firs for the little floor, and then the poles are just lodging poles that I got from Home Depot. I cut them down, put some lag bolts through the top going into the vertical poles, one in back and the one in front. And then I rolled some rope up inside this little canvas here and wrapped it around. These poles slide out. I used a hole saw and cut the hole down there. And then what we can do is put some great stuff in there on location, and that'll lock those into place. But what's nice is this all comes off as one piece, and we can fold it up and put it in a box or whatever. And then I'll just have the poles separately. Same thing, they slide out of the holes, just like the little guys. I have a little hole right there that they slide about 5 inches down. We'll glue these pans into place once we get there, and we might throw a lantern in the scene or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a simple little scene. What I did back here is Gina made this all, she got it the way she wanted it, and then once she told me she was good, I just screwed it into the back of that pole where you can't see and stuck a couple pins in there. And then this will just slide up against the wall at location. So there's another snow hump that has like a wagon wheel stuck in it, like it was trapped, like the Donner Party in the snow. It's a cute little tent. We made it small like the facades and stuff. Doesn't have to be big, just kind of give you the atmosphere and the idea. Plus we'll have our snowy trees on each side.
Alright guys, we're on location and we're setting up. Things are still a little bit crazy. They had a couple hiccups, and so things are a little behind schedule, but I wanted to show you a little bit of what you'll be seeing if you come golfing here. The muralist that they have does such a good job. He's still working on some of that, but our pieces are going. I gotta put a ton of grass in right there. Just started putting the cactus together. I gotta push them in. Started placing rocks. All our grasses right here. But it fits in the space really nice. So that's cool. Our friend helping us. Being weird. And then there's little guy sleeping soundly. So we're gonna try to get done as much work as we can while he's sleeping, huh, Chris?
Yeah. The countdown's on.
Yeah, it's very important. I am loving the way this is turning out. We got all of the grass in, and the room is getting cleaned up. Chris is making it look nice. We sprinkled a bunch of sand and dirt on the top so we could get rid of the seams and make it look a little bit more realistic. We secured all of the rocks and the props with some construction adhesive. In this room, we placed 3 more mounds, and to be different, we just put little sprigs of grass in there. And this is our new friend, Ginger. Everybody say hi, Ginger. Moo. We anchored the bases to the floor, and then we used some great stuff to glue them down so they wouldn't move. I could take a nap in that tent right now. That looks mighty soft and nice.